Hi, this is Barbara Cagle again for IamBizSchool.com, and I'm here to show you how you can make a really quick but effective sales page in Microsoft Word or OpenOffice. I'll be using Microsoft Word today. What you're seeing on the screen is a sample that I've put together for you, and let me just scroll down here and let you see it's just very simple. Of course, this is just a sample and it's not really selling anything, just sort of kind of letting you know about the sales page. But as you see, it's got some graphic elements, it's got some colored text. Depending on what you want to do, you can elongate that, you can make it shorter, you can do a sales letter type page, but whichever way you want to do it. And as you see, this is an HTML file. So let me go ahead and open my Microsoft Word program down here and show you how you go about creating a page like that. Okay, here we are in Microsoft Word, blank page, and I'm going to create the same page for you in Microsoft Word. Now, just to show you, let me open up my file folder where I've saved the software, the samples for this page. And as you can see, I have creating sales page. Does not have to be a huge. Of course, I named it a big thing. And this is the original. So let me open that and show you what it looks like. Okay. Let me get that now out of the way. This is what we're going to build as a Microsoft Word document. As you can see, this is a regular Word document. So let me move that out of your way. And let me close this file out. Get that out of the way. I know where I'm putting my file, so there we go. And let me open this again. Okay, now we have a Word document. And I'm going to go ahead and leave it at full page so that you can see what I'm doing. Let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is just like any other Word document, you want to make sure you're on your home tab. You're going to type some text. Okay, and creating sales pages does not have to be a huge, time-consuming chore, period. Black text, small text, no big deal. Let me go ahead and do this on a page width so you can see it a little bit better. Now I'll just highlight it. An easy way to highlight an entire line is take your mouse, your I-beam cursor, your typing text indicator, off to the far left. It turns to an arrow. If you just click it with your left mouse button, it highlights the whole thing. And now I can put this in bold. I can center it. I can create it in a different color. All the things you can do with the same home button up here, this will pop up, and it's just easier to make it a little bit bigger using the large alphabet letter A with the up triangle makes it larger. The small one makes it smaller, so you can do it that way and increase or decrease your font size. Okay, I'm going to come back to the end. I'm going to go ahead and tab down. Now, if you watched any of the other videos, you saw how quickly and easily you can make graphics in a Word document. But let me show you what else you can do. I've already created a couple of graphics to insert on this page. And of course, if you were building a web page, sales page through Microsoft Word or OpenOffice program, you would probably already have created or have access to some graphic elements that you want to put in. So if you don't know how to create something in Word and make it into a graphic, I'll try and give you a quick hit on that in just a few minutes. But let me go ahead and insert this. And I don't want to take a lot of time on this little tutorial because it is quick and simple, and that's the idea. Keep it short and sweet. So I'm going to go up here to my insert button at the top of the menu bar. You have home, then insert. I'm going to click the insert button. I'm going to go ahead to the picture icon. I'm going to insert a picture. Now the picture can be a graphic or it can be anything else, and I have lots of things on my computer as you see, but I'm going to just go ahead and find the folder that I put it in. See, this is the page I'm working on. This happens to be the text I want, so I'm going to click that and insert it. I now have my text. Because this is a graphic now instead of just the actual text, it's going to make this page load a little bit faster when you convert it to an HTML page. Okay, so now that we have the graphic, we're going to go down below that, and I'm going to go ahead and type in or copy and paste the text that I had for you, and this is just plain text. Okay, so I'm going to take it off the other sample page and just put it in here, and it's just straight typing. There's nothing fancy there. I am going to take this introducing and make it a little bit bigger because I just think it might like to be a little bit bigger. Sometimes our text tells us what it wants. And I think I'm going to put it back to black. Okay, that's not in the sample, but it just looks better at this point. Let me go ahead down now and insert what would normally be maybe your first graphic, but this is a graphic that I put together here again in Word. I'm going to show you in a few minutes how to do that. I want to make sure I do a text wrap in front of text so that that allows me to move this up and down, space it a little bit better, okay? And then the next thing I want to do is hit my enter key at least once, a couple times sometimes. Again, insert a picture. Now I'm going to use my start button, okay, and put that in there. So now you see, if I go back to the full page view, you see we have our sales letter all laid out. Now you notice this doesn't drag very well. Again, always use under the picture tools, make sure you highlight your graphic. Use your picture tools format text wrapping in front of text. And what that will do is allow you to move that anywhere on the page. So if you have several graphics or you want to put something else in there or you want to move it around, you can do that. Okay, I could also right click and copy this graphic and then bring it in and put it up here as well. Okay, if I wanted to use it as a header or a banner or whatever you decided you wanted to do. There's enough room on the page to do that. And then it's simply a matter, and this is, as I said, will be a little bit different than the original sample I made, but I want to let you see is I'm just doing it right here, right now. And I'm going to show you how to make those little graphics really quickly. Let me go ahead and show you how to save this. I always have two options. I do a save as, and I save it as a Word document. Let me just save this as sample 1, and I'm going to go ahead and put it in the same file folder I was working in. Here we go. I'm going to save this as sample 1, and that's going to save just as a plain Word document. Then I'm going to go back. I don't have to do anything else. I'm going to go back and do a file, save as, and if you use the drop down box, when you go to save, you want to save this as a web page. Now you have a couple options. A single file web page will work, but sometimes it doesn't work as well if you have added images. So what happens when you do a web page, it's going to give you two folders, as you will see. Watch this. Okay, sample, I'm going to open that back up for you as a web page, okay, and it's going to give you a little bit different look. I'll show you this in a second. One page. Do a print layout. I'm going to open this up in a browser so you can see, but before I do that, I would like you to see in the file folder, go back down here again to my sales pages. And as you see in the sales page file folder, what this has done is created a sample, which this is an HTML document. For me, it's Safari because I use Safari browser. But this is a website document or a web page document. Up here are the files for that document. So those are the files that go into that document to make it up, okay, and your style sheets and things. So now you have a page. If you were going to upload this to your server, you would upload sample 1 plus the sample 1 folder onto your server. And I'll show you how to do that too in just a second. So let me go ahead and close it, or go ahead and close this out by opening a new page. Okay, just a plain blank page here. Let me go ahead and close that one out. And let me show you very, very quickly, and I do have several videos to explain this to you on the website, but let me just show you very quickly how I made those little graphics for the sales page. Let me go ahead and insert them in here so that we can look at them as I create them. I have the sample sales page, the text, and the button. Okay, so there they are. Okay, and I'm going to text wrap these so I can move them. Okay, there's the first one. That's the start page. Text wrap and move it here, and there's the text. Okay, and I'll move all these to the bottom. So the first one I want to work on is to use programs you already have. Let me go ahead and put this into page width so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to build the same, type in the same thing above here. So I'm going to go up to the top and I'm just going to type it in. Use the programs you already, A-L-R-E-A-D-Y, have, okay, and but sales page. Okay, now I have my text. As you see, it's not formatted, so I'm going to go ahead and use a little trick to highlight the whole line. I'm going to go back over here to the Home tab, only because for me it's easier to work this way, but again, you could use the pop-up here. I'm going to go ahead in here and I'm going to choose Candy Round, because that's the one I used in the other one. I'm going to make it bold, and I think I need to bring the size up. So I'm going to bring it up until it pops down about the same. Oops, a little bit too much. That's going to work. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and bring it in. Let me bring this down now. Sorry for the interference in the background. That's okay. You know, I work from home, so we'll have to deal with it. But anyway, next thing I want to do is change this and make quick and effective accents. So I'm going to highlight the word quick. I'm going to hold down my shift key on my keyboard, and I'm going to click, hold down the shift key and click the F3 key once, twice, and that capitalizes the whole word. Then I'm going to go ahead and choose the color to make it red. I'm going to do the same thing again with effective. Hold down your shift key, hit the F3 key twice, it capitalizes the whole word, and you make it effective. Now I can show you something with that trick. You hold down the shift key and it will change whatever you have highlighted, so you have several options. The first time you do it, you're going to get all caps. Next time you do it, you're going to get all small letters. The next time you're going to do it is the first letter of the sentence, and it should be all caps again. Okay, so you can use that little trick to, you know, very quickly turn something into caps instead of having to retype it all the time. That's just one of those little shortcut keys a lot of people don't know about. So there you go. So the other thing I wanted to do was center this, because the other one is centered, and now I have my text. It matches. So I'm going to go up here to my little Jing screen capture, and again, that's some information on that is in the other videos. I'm going to save this. And because I've already got it saved once, I'm going to just save it again in the same place with the numbers attached to it, rather than renaming it. But, you know, as you see, I saved this as sample 1. So I'm going to just save that again. Okay, now I can delete this. I don't need it anymore. Okay, and I can insert picture. So when I am working on my web page, I already have my text ready to go. Okay, let's go on down and do the next one. So all this is basically is a very simple shape. I want to go up to my insert button. I want to insert shapes and choose the rounded oval type of a shape, and just make myself a little banner about the size I like. Now I happen to have a whole bunch of files on my computer that I use for backgrounds. A lot of those are in the webinar. A lot of these graphics you can find in the webinar zip files that are included with the earlier videos. So if you want to look for those, they are free to use, for you to use. Just have to look for them in the first and second video under Word. So anyway, I'm gonna choose a picture from this file group that I have here, and this would be what you would see if you got the webinar zip files downloaded. And I believe I used a pretty bright blue one, and I believe it was this one. I do believe it was that one. No, I think it was this one. It might be a little different, but I think that's the one I used. I don't remember. Isn't that terrible? It's a little bit different. But the other thing I wanted to do was round these corners a little bit. So if you take hold of the little diamond, you can bring the corners in and round them a little bit more. It's a little bit more than I had originally. Take it back up just a little bit less. Okay, we get a little bit rounder. Maybe make it a little bit narrower. And you might notice this is awfully bright compared to the other one. So what I want to do is I want to click on this graphic, and I want to format my pictures, because now I'm going to work on the picture within the shape. So I'm going to use Picture Tools, Format Picture Tools. I'm going to go over here to the Brightness button, and I'm going to bring it down to about minus 20%. That darkens that up. It's still sort of interesting looking, but it's not quite as bright, because I want to bring attention to the words in the video. So I'm going to go back up again. I'm going to go Insert. I'm going to go to Word Art. I'm just going to pick one, and I'm going to use Creating Sales Pages in Microsoft Word. So let me put this in here. I'm going to hit my caps lock. C-R-E-A-T-I-N-G, Sales in MS Word. Okay, and I'm going to now tell that OK. And you see it's sort of behind these two. I want to make sure I use text wrapping. Bring it in front of text, and now I have the graphic in front of text. Next thing I want to do, and I'm still in the Word Art Format Tools, I have this yellow, so let's go ahead and turn it yellow. And I can now shrink it down to about the size I need and move it around, get it in there on that graphic. There we go. Maybe I'll even leave it a little bit bigger so I can differentiate. How about that? And so there you see you have another quick and easy graphic. Again, you're going to take your screen capture, and I use the Jing, and you're just going to cut it in close. You're going to save it. And save it in a general location so that you can find it. Am I in the right location? Yes. Okay. And now I can take the original one out, and I can get rid of this, and I can get rid of that. So when I'm building my web page, I can go in. I already have this done. And normally what I would say is take 5 or 10 minutes to put your little graphic elements together, so that when you're ready to start building the page. There it is. So I now have the, remember to text wrap so you can move it around more easily. And I can stretch it out. I can shrink it, you know, just like a single graphic. Okay, so now I have something else there that I can work with a little bit more easily. The next one I was going to do, and I'm not even going to bring that in for you. I'm just going to go ahead and start from scratch and build it real quick and then compare it. So I'm going to go ahead again, insert. I'm going to go to shapes. I'm going to get an oval or a circle, and I'm going to sort of make me a sort of an oval shape. Okay, and I'm going to make sure that's chosen or highlighted. I'm going to click text wrapping in front of text. Then I'm going to go straight over. I'm still in the drawing format tools, and I'm going to again choose my bucket. I'm going to look for a picture because again I had a picture in that one, and I have to go down to a different directory to find that picture that I used. Okay, and I believe that was the dark green, something like this. Let's go insert. Yes, it was. And I was going to go, now I would like to do the same thing I did with the other one and darken it just a little bit. So I'm going into picture tools format. I'm going to click on the brightness button, and you can play around with these buttons. It doesn't hurt anything. Then I'm going to go ahead and go back into the insert, word art. I'm going to click my word art button. I'm going to do click. Oh, excuse me. Caps lock is on. Click here to start. And I'm going to take the italic off because it just works better for me that way. And you could easily change the font here, or, you know, if you want to do something else. Let's do something a little bit different than what I had in there before, okay? And it automatically centers it. You want to make sure you, while the blue box is dotted around the word, you want to hit the text wrapping in front of text and bring this down. You want to center it, sort of use the mouse key, your up and down arrow keys on your keyboard. You can get it in there just nice and tight. You're going to go ahead and use your fill color. I'm in, because the word art is still highlighted, I can go ahead right into formatting, but if for some reason you clicked off, maybe you got distracted, your phone rang, whatever, you go ahead and just click right on the words, on top of the words, and it brings it right back up, word art format tools. And I want to go in here to the bucket, and I want to make it yellow because that's what we're working with today. And there you go. You have a nice little graphic. You can, you know, elongate it, move it left or right. You can do what you want to with it. Now that I have the graphic, I want to easily go in there, grab my screen capture, and I now have another graphic I can save. So you see, in just a matter of a few minutes, I was not only able to create the page, I was able to create the graphics to go on the page. I'm going to save that as a graphic. I'll delete all this. Okay, I'm going to insert those graphics that you just made so you can see that what I just made compares to the original. So let's put all the graphics in here. Yeah, let's put them all in here so we can compare them. Okay, insert. So let me do a view full page so you can see that. Sorry, I'm going to have to take my own advice. Wrap them first. Okay, let's get the first one and the second one. I wrap it so that I can move it. So this was the first banner and then the second banner. This was the second banner. And this was the first, click button. And this was the first click button. So you see they compare. Now you notice these are designed to work on white pages, okay? But you can, if you're working within a Word document, you can put these on a colored page because all you have to do is use the recolor option to make the white background transparent, okay? If you do that, now I have a transparent background, okay? And that works really well if you're doing it on a web, doing this as a web page. And there's the first and second one were pretty much the same. In front of text, you can see that's almost mirroring. I mean, it's almost exactly the same. Okay, so there you go. Now you could put a border around this if you wanted to. You could outline it, you know, if you want to draw more attention to it. You know, that would be your option, but I just have it without an outline on it. So there you go. There's graphics. There's your things that you need, elements that you need to put on your page. And then again, if I open the page, here's your sales page. Let me go ahead and open that for you. I'm not going to save this. Let me go ahead and open that sales page for you in a browser. Let me open up my browser here. Okay, I want to go File, Open File. I want to go to that same file section that we were looking at before, Sales Pages. And I want to look at creating a sales page. Example 1. This is one you and I just created. So here's your page. And as you can see, if you needed to do a page very quickly, this would work. Now, obviously, it's not as high-tech as one of those fancy sales page generator programs, or as flashy as some of the templates that you can buy. But in a pinch, if you're in a hurry, you have new products, you want to get it out there, this could get you started. So thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that you'll come back and look at some more of the videos. Today it has been talking about creating sales pages in Microsoft Word, and I do have a free little gift for you that goes along with this to help you fine tune your sales pages. So be sure and grab that off the bottom of the page. Thank you so much and have a great day. Bye-bye. Okay, that's Barbara Cagle from CagleOnline.membership.com, and this is a video that I'm doing now in my webinar series at IamBusinessSchool.com, IamBizSchool.com. So I hope to see you soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye for now.